Hello everyone, welcome to the Just Minded Football channel. Yeah, yet again we are back with more stuff. Today, so basically, since we are in the international break, I've gotten time to reflect on the first three Man United Premier League games and the Carabao Greensby game, and that has made me come up with something, and I've called it United's reality check. So basically, after three Man United Premier League games and the Carabao Cup, one Carabao Cup match, I bring you what we've seen, what has transpired, what we've seen going on into 10 simple points. Let's go into it right away. So, number one, my first point I've called it the season calm. When the season when the season was just starting, or it was about to start, of course, we all knew it was 17th of August, which was everyone was talking about the 17th of August, because we all knew Man United was given Arsenal as their first match at Old Trafford. So the excitement was there. We had brought in the new signings. So despite all that, if you see, or whoever tried to predict the top six, the top four, most of them were not including Man United in the top four, apart of course from me. Okay, reality is we weren't expecting all that much from United, based on the performance of last season, whereby Man United finished 15th. So in that aspect, there was little or no pressure. I reminded okay, we had excitement, which was brought about the new signings, the likes of Mbeumo Sesco and Cunha. Those guys brought up the excitement, but we had little or no pressure. Basically, that was it. So that was the reality at that moment. Actually, we even thought Arsenal was because we know it had a better squad and it has a better squad, we thought it would really beat Man United minus Man United performing or bringing up a good game, but we were surprised. Then number two, the new signings and the first impressions. So the new signings, as I've said, the likes of, or as we know, the likes of Mbeumo, Sesco, and Cunha, and now of late, towards the end of the window, we got Sen Lemens and of course Diego Leon. So the new signings, in reality, truth of the matter is, Man United revamped or changed their their front three. So that alone, that is the reality. As of now, we have a new front three, but truth of the matter is they haven't clicked well, because you see, like Mbeumo, now he's lucky for him. He got his first two goals, the one in the Carabao Cup and the other in the Premier League against Burnley this Sunday. So Cunha, he had some good chances against Arsenal. He even hit the woodwork. He had some clear chances against Fulham, but he was unlucky and he got an injury during the Burnley game, whereby he was subbed off as he went out of the pitch limping. So then Sesco, he was given some minutes during the Arsenal game, some minutes during the Fulham game, and he was given 90 minutes during the Grimsby game, and some few minutes during the Burnley game. But what we see that Sesco, he still needs time to improve. Sesco he hasn't integrated himself into the team. He hasn't established himself into the team. He hasn't done what we expect him to do. He's still fitting in, bringing he's yet to bring his A game, in other words. But if you see Mbeumo, for me, Mbeumo, he has impacted. He has really impressed already. He has already 2 goals, as I've said. He has 2 goals, as we all know. The one of the Grimsby game, and that goal he scored, which was assisted by Diego Dalot. Sen Lemens is yet to feature because, of course, he came on deadline transfer day. Then Diego Leon, we all know, is still raw from Paraguay, so he's yet to feature in the Premier League game actually. But that is it. So You remember you are on reality check where we are after 3 games. After 3 games of the Premier League and the one Carabao Cup game, we want to see where are we, okay? Then my third point, number 3, is the first 3 games themselves. So we saw what a performance it was at Arsenal. We had all the chances. Actually, we had 22 shots on target, but we failed to convert our chances, and we were unlucky that day. Arsenal yet again through the set piece, they got their goal, but as we have already said, as people have said, as we've seen it, Bendia was just supposed to do better on that day. So during the Arsenal game, to me, it is where we got some, the pressure came from there. Why? Because we weren't expecting that performance the players gave us. We weren't expecting that performance. Yeah, the players came out, they had that urge, they had that confidence. Well, anyway, we played risk football against Arsenal, we went for it, they were fighting, we were just unlucky we failed to convert our chances on that day. But otherwise, that game is the root cause of all the pressure we've seen from that day after. Because they performed really well, and the performance was good, though the result was poor. We had a good performance, though we didn't get a win. So the pressure came from there. Then when we went into the Fulham game, like as the Arsenal game, the first 20 minutes or the first 30 minutes, we created chances, we were attacking, we were really a threat. United players were really a threat. So the chances of Bromo, Cunha. But the truth of the matter is, yet again, we failed to utilize our chances, we failed to convert our chances. So all our good performances, all our good beginnings failed to materialize into goals, which would have killed off the games earlier. So in those games, the Arsenal game and the Fulham game, we saw same incidences. We played good first half football, but no goals to show for it. So pressure kept on mounting from there. Pressure came from there. Pressure kept on increasing from there. So in the Fulham game, we saw, we took our third point, the first 3 Premier League games. Yeah, in the second half of the Fulham game, we saw how easy Fulham came back into the game. Because, of course, we got a goal from Rodrigo Muni's own goal. Then when we led the game, we just switched off. We thought of more of the result more than the performance itself. So we ended up losing some concentration, and we were punished. The equalizer came in, and that's how we failed to secure 3 points on that day. Okay, so the third game, no, before the third game actually, I see how pressure came on mounting. Pressure came from having a good performance at Arsenal, but failing to convert our chances. We came to the Fulham game, did the same, had good chances, failed to convert them. Then we came into the Grimsby game. We played a 4th league team in UK. They play in the 4th division. But the matter is, with the squad that Amorim prepared that day, we were 2 up by half time. Like 2 down by half time. By half time, Man United was trailing by 2 goals, and really, yet everyone, all of us knew. Even them, I know they knew that was supposed to be a 4-0 game, an assured game. With all the players who were on the pitch that day, none of them did what? Showed the mentality, the team spirit to get the result done. So yet again, we considered silly goals, of course, from the Onana mistakes and errors from the defense themselves. So this caused us to suffer by being eliminated from the League Cup. Okay, in the second half of the Carabao Cup, we came in the second half, tried to get the 2 goals, were equalized, and the game was level. We went into penalties. It was a long thread of penalties, whereby we were eliminated after the 12th penalty. So that alone caused more pressure to Amorim. Actually, Amorim, we all know, he He wasn't even like watching the penalties while they were taking place. He looked away. Actually, was looking downwards. So basically, the pressure came from there. Pressure started mounting from there. Okay, pressure started mounting from there. We were so embarrassed. We were so stung. Okay, it was a shame being eliminated in the Carabao Cup at such an early stage by a fourth division team. So that was the reality at that point. Okay, then point number 4, the Arsenal game effect. As I've said, the Arsenal game brought about all the pressure because we had a good performance, we had good chances, but we failed to convert our chances. So pressure started mounting from there. So the first game of the season is the root cause of all the pressure that came about. So basically, that is it. Then number five, pressure generally rose too soon. Oh, pressure of recent. Pressure rose too soon. We just 3 games into the season, 3 games, and on the first one Carabao game. But again, it's as if we were playing the 31st match or the 35th match. The pressure which was around Amorim and the players and within the fans. So that pressure alone calls about reality check. People started saying different things. If you've been following, people were tweeting different stuff. Amorim out, others saying all that. But the pressure rose too fast. Just 3 games into the season. Now we have a new front 3. This is Amorim's first full season. So to me, I think my 5th point relies on pressure rose too soon. Then number 6, the transfer window reflection. Generally, when we entered into the summer transfer window, we were looking for strikers because we had failed to convert goals last season. We were looking for a goalkeeper. We were in need of a defensive midfielder, and Amorim also wanted a right wing back. So the matter is, we were lucky. We got the 3 strikers at the front, or forward players. We got a keeper, a goalkeeper, Len Simmons, at the deadline. So if you reflect the whole transfer window, you've seen that we succeeded in acquiring new forwards. Okay, that means we are going to improve on our attacking threat and our attacking abilities. Then the goalkeeper himself, they were supposed to get an experienced goalkeeper. They managed the hierarchy and Amorim himself, all the recruitment team, they chose a young keeper in Sam Lemons. So basically, of course, Diego Leon, he's still raw. So the question at hand, or the reflection, the transfer window reflection at hand is the transfer reached closure when we failed to acquire or to obtain or to get or to bring in a central defensive midfielder, which is really a concern. It is really a big concern. Then talk about squad depth issues as my next point. Squad depth issues. If you're looking into it, the challenge is mainly in the midfield. Yes, we play a midfield of 2 midfielders, whereby we have the likes of Casemiro, Ugarte, Kobe Maino, and Fernandes, the captain, and even Mount can play in a midfield at times. So we have a midfield players who can play in a midfield. They are 5. But actually, Bruno Fernandes and Mason Mount, they are 10s. Casemiro and Ugarte. Casemiro is a 6 or a defensive midfielder, but he's aging. Then Ugarte, so far this season, he's more or less of a liability. We've all seen the minutes he has gotten into the matches, he has just been like performing poorly. So that the squad depth concerns. Okay, at the back, we are a bit balanced. Now at the forward, we are at least there's some balance. Our attacking options are there, but we are so thin in terms of the squad depth in the midfield. So that is my point number 7. Point number 8, Carabao exit at Grimsby. Really? Why do I bring this one into a reality check? Our 10 points in the reality check. That performance or that Carabao Cup exit caused the pressure. We were supposed to go to Grimsby by get the point, give them a 4-0 win, perform better, go to the next round. But what it left us questioning the mentality of the players. How we saw the mentality of our players during the Arsenal game. They fought. They were like you saw them like they were brave. They were like risking. They were confident. They were going for the game. Though we didn't get the result, but afterwards they failed to show the same mentality. They failed to be consistent. So we were so embarrassed. But that was all of this was seen in the Carabao Cup game against Grimsby. So basically, the Arsenal game, we thought we were back. But the matter is, after there, we've just seen that there's still more work to be done. There's still more work for Amorim to do. So basically, that brings us to my point number 9, mentality and leadership. In the Fulham game, when we were 1-up, we saw that, okay, we switched off. That is all about mentality and leadership itself. We lack someone who can like direct the team, instruct the team to hang on, to go for more. Even Amorim that day, this guy, I didn't understand him. His substitutions, they were so concerning because the game was 1-1 and he just brought on more defenders. Instead of bringing more attackers, there's Xyza and Sesko Aria to get the winning goal, he brought on defenders. So that day, really, we saw it, and we've seen it even in the Burnley game. We were leading, but guys came back into the game so easy, and they do this so easily, as we've always seen. Even if we were the one leading, these teams find a way of coming back. I don't know what happens to us in the second half of games, but that's all about game management, game leadership, and the mentality of the players themselves. Then number 10. My 10th point of the United reality check after 3 games into the season is looking ahead. So what next? After 3 games, we've seen inconsistencies, we've seen embarrassments, we've seen like lack of composure, lack of cohesion, poor decisions at times. We've seen that the transfer window has closed minus us acquiring a central defensive midfielder. So what next for Man United? How are we going to like survive? How are we going to thrive with the team we have? Because transfer window is closed up to January. Okay, this is the team we have with all our ambitions the team is having, with all ambitions the players are having, with all ambitions the fans are having. How are we going to move on forward from game 3 to other matches or on forward with what we have? Okay, without a proper defensive midfielder, with the likes of Kobe Mainoo demanding for more playing time, with the injury concerns, because we've seen Cunha got injured, Mason Mount also got injured. Benjamin Sesko is yet to get into the team. Bruno Fernandes, he plays more of an 8, yet we know he's best as a 10. So we have now 4 goalkeepers. So okay, we have Len Simmons himself, the new signing, Andre Onana, Itai Bendia, Tom Heaton. Who is going out of the picture? Who is going to be our number 1 goalkeeper? All those are questions to be answered. As my 10th point says, when we're looking forward or looking ahead, what next for Man United? So guys, that has been it. My 10 points, reflecting on games, transfers, and expectations at large. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video, and also drop in your thoughts and comments into this Man United reality check. Stick around, see you around. Peace.